Now, Tony Khan, I was listening to a guy talk about Winston Churchill the other day. Now, Tony Khan and Winston Churchill have fucking nothing in common, right? But just bear with me.
I want to hear where you're going. I'm
going to lose half the audience. Winston Churchill's probably the greatest hero of World War II, right? Like it was him that got, it was him to get Russia and the U.S., like FDR and Stalin, like on his side. Like they even like shit all over him in that process, like making fun of him. Like they berated him, but he was able to get them on. And then ultimately that's what ended up winning World War II. Churchill didn't do everything right. He made a lot of mistakes in World War II.
Oh yeah.
But he got rid of the Nazis, right? So he got one thing at least right in that war. With Tony Khan, I can't believe I'm comparing Tony Khan to Churchill.
I can't believe you're doing this.
I know, yeah. But with Tony Khan, Tony Khan's made a lot of
recently.
Yeah. I'm gonna get so much hate for this. I'm gonna get some tweets for
can't wait.
This up.
Continue.
Yeah, but for Tony Khan, he's made a ton of mistakes. He signed a lot of people he shouldn't have signed. The TV show isn't always good. It went off the rails for like a year. They're starting to get back. They're starting to get back a little bit, and he didn't get everything right, but he did get one thing right, as he created a viable alternative to WWE, a viable alternative that we haven't had since WCW died, since Eric Bischoff killed WCW. A viable alternative that coming this Wednesday will be the longest running primetime wrestling show in the history of Turner Networks, right? It's going to beat Nitro coming this Wednesday.
Yeah.
He didn't get everything right, but he at least got that right. And now a lot of people have a lot of jobs because he was able to create a viable alternative to WWE. And I think we got to give him that much credit. And your story proves that he is a successful businessman and a successful wrestling booker.
I mean, he made the who's who of Variety Hollywood for his TV deal. Don't you guys find it interesting that Bischoff and Cornette stay completely out of each other's business? I think Cornette's taken some shots here and there at Bischoff, but for the most part, they don't really say much about each other anymore.
Well, so this is coming from
no money.
This is coming from
this is coming from our boss, so we have to really put this comment over. Yeah, this is Joe Lance, our boss. We really got to put this one over, or else we're gonna get shit. I'm just kidding. He's like, but no. So so for a long time they were at each other's throats, and then I think they did like a dinner for three on the WWE Network back in the day, and like they came together on some things. Their hatred of Vince Russo, and then they went apart, and now they're kind of back on each other's side because they're part of the same grift. Mm-hmm. Anti-AEW, anti-Dave Meltzer, 24/7, all the time. Right?
Well, there was money into those.
Everything has to come back to shitting on Tony Khan and Dave Meltzer, because I can attest to this. Put Tony Khan on the thumbnail. If I put Tony Khan on this thumbnail, we probably have double the viewers right now just because his face is on it. And there's people just scouring YouTube hoping that we're shitting on the guy. Right? The guy is a lightning rod for criticism, and it does very well on YouTube. I have proven that time and time again. So I think they have a mutual hatred of Tony Khan and Vince Russo, which is why they were able to come together. So they don't really shit on each other anymore.
But plus, there's no money in it. No one cares about Cornette versus Bischoff. They did in maybe 2000. They did in maybe 2005. But now, what's the last time any of them's done anything in the business other than complain? I mean, there's no money in them attacking each other. They can apparently they got. I mean, Bischoff has 20 or 30 people that pay subs for whatever it is I don't know. Maybe he's got better numbers than that. I mean, if the guy's got a second job, I don't think he's doing that great. But
I will say this: Conrad Thompson's a hell of a businessman. Ad-free shows is really successful. I will say that. I think I've told this story on the air. I had a really good friend of mine try to get a job working their social media. And he found out how successful they were. Now they burned him bad. So he created a whole plan for how they're going to run their social media, a PowerPoint presentation. He presented it to Conrad Thompson's team. And then after that, they ghosted him. They never hired him. And then they used all of his ideas. That's what those people do.
I told this story at the first Startcast. I DM'd Conrad Thompson because I was in my video production business. Because I didn't want to buy tickets. I'm like, hey man, how about I just come and videotape all of these events and like we could stream it? And he's like, how would you do that? And I just said, well, here's my idea. I didn't put it nearly what your guy put together. Just here's my idea. Next thing I know, it's on Fight TV. Yeah. So I mean, like, he's not a fool. He's not a fool.
Let's just say that you guys' experiences and what you've talked about right now, that's pretty typical of what I've heard about him. And there's a reason why certain wrestling reporters don't mention him by name at all. His reputation's kind of taken quite a bit of a hit. I mean, and look who he's putting on the air. I mean, he's done a lot of damage to the internet wrestling culture, if that's really a thing or not. I don't know. But I called him. Still waiting.
Yeah.
I don't know why my flashlight's on my phone, but I'm still waiting for you, Conrad. So if you want to talk,
yeah, no, I won't be calling Conrad Thompson alive on the air. I could. I wonder if that's the same number that we use to coordinate.
It could be dead. I don't know if mine's dead. I don't know. I got it from somebody I think was pretty tight with him. But
yeah. Hey, before we let you go, BJ,
to me, it's like I'm not going to sit back and let people take shots and say what I'm reporting is not true when I've checked it out and had it. Yeah. And I've triple and quadruple checked it in some instances and had them come back and just say, oh yeah, this guy's a nobody. Why should we believe him? These numbers aren't real. I mean, like to me that's just like it's as much as lying yourself if you're not going to fight the lie. Yeah. So
there is nothing to gain for you to
lie.
Part
of the reason why I'm here tonight after a 9-hour shift. Really tired.
So, there's nothing for BJ to gain to make this story up. There's literally nothing. It wasn't behind a paywall. It was a free story. SC Scoops is not getting a shit ton of ad revenue, right? So you weren't selling subscriptions for it. So there was literally no reason. You just had the story. It's a television story. It's a story that's bigger than wrestling because we have this issue in the streaming world and everybody's experiencing it all at the same time where the content creators are not and the advertisers are not getting the numbers, and you were able to get your hands on a small sample size of the numbers, right? And that was ultimately the story. This was not BJ putting the story out to get himself over, although you do like being successful. That obviously you want to be told that you're good at your job. But this wasn't BJ trying to take the piss out of WWE. It had nothing to do with WWE. It literally had nothing to do with WWE, but for some reason the WWE people were the ones that got the most upset.
But here's the thing, though. Like, how many people? Real quick, I was like, how many people have we seen try to create content to support WWE with the intention of going to work for WWE, right? To try to get involved in that. So, like, it's a lot of projection where the idea is, well, if this guy says something nice about it or something positive about AEW, then he must be he must be in the bag for Tony Khan. Right. He must be getting paid by Tony Khan. He must be trying to work for AEW. Like, this is the thing is like we've reached the post-truth era where reporting on numbers like doesn't matter anymore. All that matters is what's your angle? What are you trying to get out of this, BJ? Where they don't understand the idea of a reporter just reporting what they've learned.
I mean, it's okay. It's like it's trying to. I mean, okay, we were familiar with the commander-in-chief's comments about people that join the military, right? He can't understand why they do it. Mike can tell you why he did it right now.
Yeah, I was fucking poor.
Yeah, well,
I was poor, and I was getting ready to manage my own Pizza Hut, and they offered me $23,000 a year to take over my own store.
I want to fight. I wanted to deserve something greater for myself. I mean,
no, that was not the case. I was just dirt poor white trash, and I needed to get out of a small town.
Well, we all start. I mean, a lot of us have started that way.